We wasn't doing that. We wasn't doing none of that.
We got down and
Y'all niggas thinking about the Wonder Years and shit, nigga.
Yeah.
We have to do the mile. We have to do pull-ups and all kinds of
The what?
push-ups. You know, on the
What?
pull-up bars. We have to do a mile, the pull-ups.
Oh, you had to do like to meet certain standards. Well, I got something to say. Let's go back to Diddy, because it's something that I saw regarding Slim Thug. I don't know if y'all know who Slim Thug is. He's a rapper. And this little clip,
Never heard of him.
he's a rapper in Houston. I just want to play this little clip and see what y'all think about what he said.
They're coming back and getting Bill Cosby, coming back and getting Puff. I don't believe in that, man. When you go down, speak on that right then, or it's out of it. It should be null and void. You shouldn't even have no type of nothing. You shouldn't be able to do shit unless you let the people know what happened immediately. There should be a time limit on it. What happened was you got around them up and stand up on love. Then what happened? I'm gonna tell you what always happened, right? You was with a billionaire with all this bread all this time, and then you followed your heart with a trainer. That motherfucking apartment got smiled in the that lifestyle fell off. Now it's struggle time, the love wearing off, and now you trying to come up with ways to figure out how to get paid.
Facts.
I mean, I kind of agree, but I don't agree where he says that when something happens, you gotta file a complaint right then and there, because people deal with stuff differently. No, but people deal with things differently though. Like just because
I give it like it has to like in that same calendar year, you got to say some shit.
Yes.
No, fam. Listen, if you get into an car accident. If you don't report that shit right then and there, your claim is getting denied.
You have 72 hours. You have 72 hours.
And you better not have left the scene of an accident, and you better have the police report. In every other situation in life, you have to address it immediately. But then you could just take your sweet time when you get ready and get around to it. And that's the end of it? No.
It's not the sweet time. People go through stuff differently. Like maybe because I've dealt with kids and I see how grief can affect people differently. So abuse and when kids go through stuff, you said what?
Nothing.
I didn't hear what you said. So it's like you can't
on grief.
Go ahead. I couldn't hear you. Go ahead. Say it again.
I feel like in cases like this, women play on grief, like the woe is me type vibes.
Mm-hmm.
You should have spoke on it when it happened. If you were that hurt, if you were that distraught, you should have spoken on it when it happened.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. And now I think that none of y'all gonna believe women when it comes to shit that actually really happens, because all these fucked up women lying. You got the chick that was on the side of the road. I forgot her name. You got one person said she was kidnapped and she wasn't. She out crying for a man. It's just now if something really happens to a woman, nobody gonna believe her, and which is sad.
I don't.
But it has to be more women calling each other out when it comes to this. I think if it would have started, if it was more of that holding each other accountable when it comes to that, because women come together for causes that benefit them. This is one that
I'm not holding no damn women accountable. They don't listen.
Yeah, they don't. They
women don't fucking listen to women.
They don't.
What happens when you try to hold a woman accountable? Then she gonna come back, try to attack me, how I look. You ain't this.
Right.
So why am I wasting my breath with a chick when it's going out one ear, coming through the other? It's a waste trying to hold women accountable. I think men could probably hold women accountable more than women. At least y'all can pay them off for some shit. They're not gonna listen to us.
Absolutely. I agree, Q. It's sad but true. It's sad but true.
And we living in a world where it's gonna be like that. Then it's gonna be hard to believe women. I mean,
I think the same thing with men too.
What?
I think the same thing with men too. Men really don't hold each other accountable either. Then it turns into the ego and the pride and the pissing contest. I think we just have a issue as a culture. Like nobody wants to be corrected. Nobody wants to be checked.
How don't men hold men accountable?
Yeah, men hold men accountable all the time.
Because hold on, no, not from what I see. No, you don't. You all, the first thing you say is, that's that man's business, Well, let that man, a man gonna be a man. You guys do not hold each other accountable. No,
I
you
heard
don't.
nobody say that. I hear nobody
Yes, yes,
I
y'all
heard
do.
that mean
I
men
hear it
and
women.
all the time. I hear it all the time. Y'all
Q,
do
hold on,
not.
I go harder on my guys than I go on the women. That's a fact.
Yeah, but in general, but
you're
I'm
with
saying
one
like
man.
you're one man, and then that's
One
mostly
man.
in you speaking to the whole culture. But when it comes to
You
one
know
on
the
one, a lot
interesting
of times men, that's how they are. It's like that's that man's
you know the
business.
interesting thing about society is that by default we held accountable. We have no safety net. So if we get caught up, we caught up forever. If we get caught up, we fall on it. See, if we lose our crib, there is no shelter for us. There is no safety net for us. If we get hit or you got to leave your crib that same night, ain't no help for us. By default, women have so many different things that they can turn to in order to be able to get help. And society holds us accountable by default. So when you say men don't hold men accountable, yes, we do, because we built the society that then determines the rules that either you sink or swim and you got to deal with whatever your circumstance is regardless. I don't see no men coming to the Savior. When Tyree said, yo, I'm messed up and everybody come to this court in order to support me, nobody showed up. Nobody show up. Now, when the chick lied with the brick lady, y'all raised $50,000 for her, and
That's all right.
y'all was still contributing to her, and she was still raising.
That's a fact.
Y'all don't hold each other accountable, and y'all support each other. We understand that by default we have no safety net. Whatever happens to us is just the end of the road. We die on the battlefield. They place a flag over your fucking coffin, and they bury you in the ground, and that's the end of the conversation. Nobody give a fuck about you.
I think it goes both ways, Anton, because for real, a lot of men could get more help and more support. A lot of times men they move off ego and pride. They don't want the help. They don't want the assistance. It's plenty of programs out there for y'all, just like it is for us. Maybe more for women. I agree. I agree. There's more for women, but there's plenty. There's programs for men too. Just it is not as many. I agree. It's not as many. It's not as many.
What programs is it for men?
Like, for instance, when men get out of jail, okay, there's all these initiatives. There's programs to give you training. There's programs to help you get housing.
Nope, I got
the halfway house.
There are programs out there, y'all.
We have to go get that to go. We have to go to the halfway house. To go to, it's mandatory. Now name some other.
I feel like that's why people think women are delusional. That right there, like that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. No, excuse me, honey. I'm far from delusional. You can that's where you're wrong. That's where you're wrong. You're delusional. I said what I said. I said men do have programs. I said women do have more. I also said men would get more help if they weren't so prideful and egotistical.
It's not equal.
And maybe I didn't say it was equal. You need to listen. Just like they said, women don't listen. That's you.
No. We asked, what's another program?
I'm saying I don't know a lot of programs. I'm just saying there is some help. I do agree. I agree.
How do you know it's help?
I know it's help because there's programs out there. If you search the net, maybe it depends on the state you live in. Maybe it depends on the state.
You're sending us to go search something that you don't even know that.
No, I said there's programs for when you get out of jail. There's housing programs. There's training programs. I know a guy that owns an HVAC program that will train you, help you get housing while he trains you right here in the DMV. So maybe it depends on the system. I'm just saying, you said name a program. I named one. That's why I said maybe it's your state.
But we're talking about holistic things.
Right. And there's stuff. There are programs in every state. There are programs in every state. I don't know all the programs. Nobody knows all the programs. I'm just saying. Don't say there's no help. There is.
We from the beginning of time, since we were born as little boys, we have always heard when we do stuff, we have always been held accountable for everything that we do. We have always been raised that there's no excuses. So accountability has been something that we've never had a choice. We've never had a choice when it comes to accountability when it comes with men. Whether that was from your father, your grandfather, your uncle, even your mentor, even your teachers, your mentors, even women teachers, even women relatives, they have always told little boys, there's no excuses. They have always been harder on boys when it comes to, hey, don't do all that crying, don't be all that bitching, don't be all that complaining. Toughen up, do this, do this. It's always been, huh?
But here's the other side of it though. Here's the other side of that. I'm cool with that. I don't have a problem with that at all. I don't want a bunch of sissies being raised or whatever. What I'm saying is, I want the same thing for y'all now that y'all got equal too. I don't believe that y'all should get any grace, any additional grace. I don't believe that y'all should be taken care of any differently than what it is that y'all advocated for. And so it's not about the programs. It's about, why don't we get rid of the programs and let people stand on what they stand on, since everybody is in a position where they can then take care of themselves and everybody is grown. I don't think that it's not that guys are not complaining that they don't have the programs. They're complaining because the very thing that you advocated for, you going against, and that y'all got too many programs and y'all should not be held. Y'all should be held accountable in the same way that men are. Guys don't complain about the fact that they're getting held accountable. They complain about the fact that y'all are not getting held accountable. That's the problem.
I agree with that.
And so, just Q says she don't believe in holding nobody accountable.
You can't. But they're not gonna listen. I said that shit for 3 years.
Right.
On that first panel, I'm like, I'm not holding these chicks accountable to what?
Yep.
I would never even talk to them in real life or hang out with them. So what I look like holding them accountable?
Let them crash and burn.
Yeah, it makes me look better. Let them be them.
Right. Most people gotta crash and burn. You know they.
But that's
learn.
what some of the men are starting to do now. Also, just let them crash and burn.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have some steps out there, but you gotta let them crash and burn. If you're not going to be under my covering or my leadership, or even, listen to anything, bro, you gotta let them crash out. You gotta let them burn, because.
But see, this goes back to the original conversation. Y'all don't want nor deserve our protection. Y'all don't. Y'all don't want nor deserve the protection.
Spin the block today.
because it came back to the original thing. Because the fact of the matter is this: you don't want it. You don't want the accountability that comes along with it. We no longer offering it, and we cool with that. Just stand on that shit. Stand on what y'all doing. Y'all made the decision to do it. Why do you need help trying to fix yourself to get out of it? I don't understand that part. Just stand on it. Just be who you gonna be, baby. And that's all I'm saying.
Do most women lack accountability?
All women lack accountability.
If their head is on straight, they do.
I think all women lack accountability. Yeah. All women lack accountability. The only reason that a woman have any kind of accountability in the first place is because of the man that she's with. And if he not holding her accountable, then she not gonna have it. Mm-hmm. So it take a strong man in order to deal with a certain type of woman. Mm-hmm. But most guys nowadays are saying, I don't want to be bothered. So that's how you fix that.
And the sad part is, a lot of women are starting to feel that way too. It's just sad.
Feel what way?
Like they don't want to be bothered.
We cool with that.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah.
I mean, it's sad, but it's true.
But
that won't hurt us though. That won't hurt us.
I think it hurts both. I think it hurts both. If nobody really wants to really try and make a relationship work, it hurts both. It does, because who are y'all gonna date if the women don't want to be bothered?
I don't gonna date each other at all.
Yo, they're dating too already.
They're gonna date each other, right?
No.
See, for some reason, y'all think that a guy is lonely because he don't necessarily deal with a woman on a relationship level. He not lonely. He just alone. It's a difference.
We like being alone.
He not lonely at any point. See, the difference is this: guys don't need a relationship in order to feel fulfilled. Guys want to deal with, and then like a guy can have post-nut clarity and not even trip about you tomorrow, or even that very same night. And so y'all mistaken being alone with being lonely. A lot of guys choose to be alone, especially guys with a certain level of resources. They don't need y'all the same way that y'all need me. It's a difference. So just because he alone don't mean that he lonely.
Mm-hmm.
I'm abstinent and happy. Very
You
happy.
abstinent too? We had another abstinent guy last week. You fully abstinent?
Yep. My career depends on my health. I ain't got time.
So you don't use your hands?
Why?
Ah, there go that question again.
Some people be saying they abstinent and they really not abstinent.
Right.
See, I like that for you. Just like I like the last guy that was abstinent for 10 years. I like that for you.
Ain't nothing wrong with using your hands, but that takes
But then you're not abstinent then.
No, but that takes out my testosterone, which is my reason. I ain't got time because I'm gonna go fight. So I need every upper I can get.
Yeah, he a fighter, like in real life. He a fighter.
Oh,
so you gotta use.
okay.
Oh, okay.
He an MMA fighter.
Okay, yeah, you need that for your strength. Focus.
Yeah, I ain't. But my point is, I'm happy, extremely happy.
I like that for you.
Thank you.
It's a beautiful thing.
Q, hold your girls accountable.
No, for
and
what?
You know what? Q, hold on, wait, let me say
what
this.
girls?
Q capping, because I've seen Q hold women accountable all the time.
I call them out. Is that holding them accountable?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I do that to men and women too. So I mean, I really don't say that as accountable because honestly, I know that what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean it. Just like I'll be telling Quinn stuff, like I just know they're not gonna listen. So I don't really see it as me holding them accountable. I'm just calling them out.
You tell me what that I ain't gonna listen.
I just know I just know that they're not gonna listen. And y'all gonna put you on blast.
You ain't told me nothing, sweetheart.
Okay. I mean, if that's holding women accountable, just telling them what it is, I guess. But honestly, I don't really try to make that
you hold Quentin accountable all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I tell him what it is. I didn't know that was me holding him accountable. I know he's not listening.
I'll listen to you, Q. I stopped talking to that one chick you told me to stop talking to.